What's going on, everybody? Eric here, driverlineup.com, world's luckiest steering wheel holder. Checking in with you from Buc-ee's, as you can see. And as you saw from the title, I have a car packed with stuff and basically got kicked out of the house. There's a lot more to that story than you can imagine, and we're going to get into that here in a minute. We got a ton of things to talk about, so much to talk about, and there's no possible way I could get it all in this video, but this will be an introduction to getting back into videos and getting back into sharing the story and the journey with all of you. So stand by and we'll get into it. All right, it's gonna take me a minute to get used to walking around with a camera like an idiot, talking to my phone. There's people around this parking lot watching me walk around talking to my phone. Another thing I miss is I don't have Remy with me, my German Shepherd. Usually when I'm out making videos at 3:30 in the morning, I've got Remy with me. So, man, it has been a long time. If you've just come to this channel on this video, I apologize. There's a lot of stuff you don't know. I want to make sure my phone doesn't catch any music that might be playing over there in one of these cars. But yeah, there's a lot of stuff you don't know. So I apologize if this video is a little weird. But for longtime subscribers, you'll know that the last video I did talked about some pretty extreme hardship that we've been going through, and a lot of you have too. A lot of people right now are feeling it. It's just tough out there. I've been working most of this year well, I don't want to talk about it too much in this video, but I'll say I've been working with a lot of people in a lot of different kinds of jobs that they do, and I'm seeing it all over. Just struggle is real, man, and it's been just really brutal year for us, as for many of you. And I'm on my way to do something well, we're going to talk about it again in the next few videos. I'm doing daily videos again. So this is booting up. We're booting up into the daily videos. So let me address the title of the video first. Did she really kick me out of the house? Well, kind of, yes. And I'll be able to explain that a little further in the next couple of videos. But yeah, I won't be home for a while. And it was Jenna who initiated that. Last week, she basically was... made a recommendation that at first I was hesitant for, and then made sense after a couple minutes. So me not being home for a while is a result of her. So technically it's kind of true, but it's not like the rumor mill is going to have a lot of fun with it. This is one of the big reasons that we took a hiatus from YouTube is just because of the toxic negativity and accusations and all that. You know, long-time subscribers, you'll remember, I think it was like 2 years ago, another YouTuber who had like thousands of subscribers was out there saying that we were faking a pregnancy for clicks. And I now have a 14-month-old son. So we're not very good at it if that's what we're doing. But there's, you know, it just got... I'll talk about that more too. But I just wanted to check in with you real quick to let you know that, you know, it's been a hard road. We're not out of the woods yet at all. Like many of you, you know, it's just a really tough time when you're a husband and a father trying to figure out how you're going to feed your wife and son. You know what I mean? A lot of you can feel that. I know that for a fact because we talk to a lot of you. And I talk to a lot of truck drivers. Last couple months, I've been putting my CDL to work. And man, I wish I could have done vlogs on the CDL work that I've been doing the last couple months. I will get to talk about that too, but that company was not big on social media. So, but boy, have I got some stories for you guys. I mean, I could have had some of the best trucking content on YouTube over the last couple months with the way I've been using my CDL if I could have done vlogs. But I couldn't. Now, the next thing that I'm gonna do, a little bit different, I will be able to vlog that. And that's why I'm getting back into my daily vlogs. I've rethickened my skin. I'm kind of rewiring my head and, you know, kind of tightening the bootstraps and just getting ready to go out there and get back into put my CDL to work in a way that I can share that story with all of you guys. Can't thank you all enough for the support as our friends. We've learned through this process who our real friends are. And there's a lot of you, and we are extremely grateful, especially those of you that we talk to, one of us, Jenna or I, talk to every single day. And those that I've seen out in the wild. I've got a great story coming up about a prime driver that I assisted out in the wild, we'll put it that way, who recognized me right away. And it's just, you know, there's just so many things that, man, this would be a 45-minute video if I was able to just go into everything that I want to go into right now. But that's why it's going to make it really easy to jump back into these vlogs. But anyway, I just want to let you know that we're okay. You know, there's been a lot of people out there saying that we're like living on a super yacht somewhere, flush with cash. Man, I wish that was the case. I will tell you this, we've been fighting to figure out how to feed ourselves since before Christmas. So I'll just put it that way. And are still there, to be honest with you, are still there. Like the 1st is coming up, August. Man, you know, we're still there, trying to figure out how to make ends meet. And I know I know for a fact, so many of you can feel that. If you don't feel that, you count yourself fortunate. But I'm ready, man. I'm ready to climb out of this. And I think I've got a path to climb out of this. I've got projects that I want to get back into. My NFT art project, you know, there's time. It needs time. But I'll be able to get back into that. I'll be able to get back into, I'm definitely going to be going full ham, utilizing my CDL in a new way, which I'll start to talk to you guys about tomorrow, which would be Monday. So I'm just really looking forward to getting back into this. We're going to do it different this time. We're not going to do this whole community thing. And like, man, there are so many people, not so many, but there's a lot of people who we thought were friends. And when they figured out that we couldn't do anything to benefit them, boy, I can't do that again. I can't do it. I just can't do it. And that's one of the things that burned us out so much on this, is trying to build this big community, which was amazing in so many ways, but also it dragged us down into the mud. You know, there was just so much toxic, just all the time dealing with rumors out there. And I think someone said that I was in jail a couple years ago, when all it was my Peterbilt was in the shop. That's literally all it was. You know, and I know that comes with the territory. Look, I get it. I got thick skin. But I got a wife and a kid now, you know. So it's just going to be YouTube. We're not going to deal with any of the BS in the comment sections. If you want to debate things, if you want to disagree, if you want to have constructive criticism, great. But if you're just going to be an idiot trying to start shit, ain't got time of the day for you, man. I'm trying to get out here and survive and figure out some path back to thriving. But yeah, so I'm looking forward to getting back into daily vlogs. I didn't realize that I have over 500 videos. I had no idea. I thought it was like over 300, and I thought that was a big number. But I was just looking yesterday, and it was over 500 videos. Like, holy shit. So getting back into the daily stuff, and I really think you guys are gonna enjoy this ride. If you've enjoyed the year's worth of trucking vlogs, you're gonna like where this channel goes in the next couple days. You're really gonna like it, and you're gonna love a lot of the stories. Man, I'm telling you guys, I wish I could have vlogged the last couple months and what I've been doing. It's been the hardest work that I've ever done in my life, and it'll probably surprise you when I tell you what it is. Hardest work physically, mentally, environmentally, and there's just so much utter chaos involved, and it was CDL work. Just, oh man, there's just so many stories, and I think it'll give you some new respect for some of the things that a lot of you see out there. I want to talk about the freight markets, especially for those of you who drive for Prime. I still have my fleet, so I'm very much in tune with what's happening with refrigerated freight market, because remember, if you're a solo driver out there, you see your trips per week. Well, I see that times 3, because I have 3 trucks. So I'm getting a lot of data coming in. I'm getting, like, there's some things out there, you know, there's good news and there's bad news. Let me just put it that way. There's good news and bad news. Not all bad news, not all good news. But I think there's good and bad, and I want to talk about that too. I've talked with a lot of Prime drivers who I've never met before, new Prime drivers that I've just seen out in the wild. It's been really quite amazing. I'll tell you this, I've been working at a distribution center. So you could some of you could probably guess what a CDL might be required for at a distribution center. And we'll get into that this week. But it was a distribution center that a lot of Prime trucks went to, which made for a lot of interesting conversation. But one of the things that was so interesting is that a lot of these Prime drivers are struggling, man. And something that I've noticed is that while a lot of Prime drivers are struggling, they're struggling less than a lot of drivers I talked to from other companies and owner-operators that were delivering to or from that distribution center. So there's just a lot to discuss there. But anyway, we're okay, you guys. We're not like splitting up. She didn't like throw my stuff out in the yard and kick me out of the house. But it was like this opportunity came up, and you know, we're trying to climb out of the hole, just like a lot of you guys are. And she was like, look, you gotta go do this. So I'm going to do it, and I'm going to bring all of you along for the ride. But today I gotta get moved. I got a hell of a drive today. I gotta try to get through Dallas. It's 3:30 in the morning. I gotta try to get through Dallas before the traffic muck begins. A lot of you know what that's all about. So I'm gonna get moving and skip through there, and then when I get to where I'm going today, I might do another video tonight. If not tonight, it'll be tomorrow. But I just wanted you guys to know that fully intend to bring everything back online. Podcasts, my crypto project, which is, you know, man, that's hurt. Everything's hurting. It's been a hard 9 months. Like brutal. unlike anything I've ever experienced in my life. So it's going to take time to get everything back on track and booted up. But, you know, we've been surviving somehow, barely. Not on some super yacht for you troll haters out there. Not on a cruise ship. We're not in some mansion. I mean, we're like paycheck to paycheck, you guys, and barely even that. So I appreciate all the comments that can relate. I know, you know, like I said earlier, a lot of you are going through that too. And you know that on this channel, I've always said it like it is, like I see it. Sometimes that's encouraging, sometimes it's discouraging, but that's just the way that I like to try and do it with this channel. So that's what we're going to continue to do. And I'll talk to you guys about all of it, everything. I'm not going to hide anything. There's no subjects we're not going to cover, but also we're going to do the daily vlogs on what I'm going to be doing with my CDL, while also running my fleet with Prime Inc. So I want to talk about the fleet with Prime Inc. I want to talk about the things I'm going to be doing out on the road, the projects that haven't gotten my attention, the podcast, we're going to eventually bring that back online, and then just the general like clawing our way back and how we got there, to be honest with you. And that's a very humbling experience because you know, the short version is I made some mistakes. I left my truck at the worst time possible. Now, at the time, it was when freight was just like booming, but I knew, and I even said on this channel that it was gonna fall off a cliff. I said it before I left my truck. And a lot of you have said that in the comments, you know it too. But that's a humbling experience to talk about. You know, that was probably my biggest mistake, is just the timing of, you know, leaving my truck, getting off the road, and then literally a month later, freight just kaboom. And there's reasons that a private fleet, when none of your trucks are paid off, can't make it through that. They just can't. So, you know, if the freight market had stayed the way it was when I was driving, like the last couple weeks that I was driving, be okay. But it didn't. And I paid a price for that, you know. And a lot of you said that was going to be the case. Not a lot, but some of you said it. Some of you said that was going to happen. You were right. The reality is, man, I had a baby coming, you know, and I knew that was possible, but at that time, that was a risk that I was going to take because I was not going to miss the birth of my baby, my little baby boy, and he's everything to me. And I was not going to miss the first few months of his life. And I am going to miss some time of his life over the next year, and that's a hard pill to swallow, you know. But I was able to spend the first year plus with him and really foster and nurture an amazing relationship with my son. And while there was a lot of pain financially, emotionally, you know, as far as my family and everything involved in that, because of the difficulties it created, I don't think that I would exchange that, because the connection and the bond that I've built with my son, being with him every day of the first year of his life, is priceless. And has been worth all the pain. So, you know, it is what it is. All right, guys, thank you so much. Be safe, make good decisions, and as always, drive to thrive. I'll talk to you in the next video. Should be tonight or tomorrow. Back to dailies, guys. Looking forward to it. Talk to you later.